Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Asian Report for the 26th of July, and starting with the ASX on the 4-hour chart here. So as you know, we've been working through wave 3 here as an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 4, and then we're looking from wave 4 here up to wave 5 here. We're also looking for 5 waves within 4 and 5 here. This will also make wave 3 here a larger structure, so we'll have a larger wave 4 pattern there. So from the low here, we're looking at this as wave 1 here, wave 2 here, and then we're going up for wave 3 here. In wave 3, we're looking for 5 waves, so we're looking at 1 and 2 here, and 3 here, then 4, and then 5 here, and then a correction. So from wave 2 here to wave 3 here, there will also be 5 waves in this structure, and in fact this is wave 3 and wave 4 here, and it's natural for wave 4 here to pull back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, which is normally roughly around the 38.2% retracement level, and that's where we're looking there. So let's go into the hourly chart here and look at our trading situation. So currently we were, well, let's just start here, wave 4 low here, and wave 1 and 2 here, and then wave 1 here. Yep, wave 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and wave 5 here for the third wave. So we've got a little bit more to come down into this space here. Wave 4s can be a little bit complicated, so we may end up just coming straight down to this point and then going straight up from that point, or we may come down here as an A wave, a B wave, and having this over here as a C wave over here. I don't think it matters too much. You will need to, wave 4s are always a little bit tricky, so you may need to carry a little bit of heat here. So the thing here though is that you could buy around the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here, or you can wait till we get back and get support. The safe trade would be having support on 6,800, a nice tested support there. That's why I've got to go long just above that, above the level here. So I'll just leave that to you, but this structure to the upside here is not finished. This is just a correction. It will come down to this level here. Where the buying comes in will depend on yourself, but best positions are around group 2 here. But perhaps just get a small position here and looking to add to the position over here. We've already taken 30% here or 50% here. Basically, we always see 8 as a profit-taking number, and actually just why we're here as well, we'd always expect a correction at number 8. However, at the point that we would be wrong would be if we got support on top of subgroup 1 or group 1. So group 1 is 10, 20 and 30. So if we got nice tested support on 68.30, then I would be wrong at that point and we wouldn't have a correction there, because getting support on number 3, the 6,830 in this case, then that would send the market higher from that point. And simply because people start looking support on here, people start looking at the next level here, which is 5, the midpoint here. So the market would move up to the 5. So normally when we get support on number 3, it separates the market being pulled back to the closest largest number here. So in this case here, the market went above it here, came back for the retest and basically failed at that point, and has dropped lower from here, and looks likely to come down into subgroup 2 area here, which is 65, 72 and 80 here, and then move up from that point. So yeah, we should see Friday and Monday be bullish. This is the residue of the US markets being bearish on Thursday. So that should turn around. We should see a new high there. How high should we get? Well, the extension's in the third wave here, so we could probably look somewhere in about this space here. So that means that if the extension's in wave 3 here, then wave 1 here and wave 5 will be roughly the same length. So we could probably, if I put that on 72 there, then we could probably look to come up to the midpoint here. So that would be a nice profit taking area here, because once we hit that area there, then we're going to be looking for a larger correction of wave 4 before moving up higher here. So a bit of a dance across the 6-8 here, so need to be a little bit mindful of what we're looking at here. I'll just clean this up a little bit. So what we could do here is, well, it depends on how long you want to hold things. Let's just take profit there and wait for the correction to come back. If you want to leave some skin in the game, that's fine. If you want a breather, then that's fine. And it may not pull all the way back to the wave 4 1 lesser degree. It may end up just touching back on the 6-8 here. But we'll just leave it there for the time being, so we know how much to take on board there at that particular point. Let's have a look at India and Hong Kong. So with India here, India hasn't finished its wave 4 just yet, so it's still coming down. The wave 4 of 1 lesser degree is here at close to the 11,000 here. So we're looking at this structure here in terms of 1 and 2 here and 3 here. That 3 should be on that low there with an A and a B and a C wave moving up there. 5 waves in this little structure here. And then we're counting 5 waves in this move down through here. I think there's a little bit to go down here before we actually get there. We've been looking at trying to catch it on the turn, but we also need to wait for an impulse wave to the upside. So I was looking from wave 4 here down to wave 5 here. We're looking for 5 waves, so we can see we've got a nice strong third wave here. So wave 1 and 2 and 3 here and 4 here. I thought we might be getting close to a low here, but this is just continuing to move down. So 1 and 2 and 3 here. I know wave 4 has moved above into the price territory of wave 1 here, so I may not have the right count here. But we've seen this kind of thing before. And then if we're looking at this structure here, well, we'll have to look at this as 1 here and 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave here, fourth wave back here, and a fifth wave here. So we can be coming down to 11,100 here at this stage. I thought a nice safe trade would be just simply taking these breaking the trend line at that point there, but also too, this is group 1. Wherever you see number 3, it's going to be a group 1. In this case, it's a minor group 1, but support back on this level here would be a catalyst to go long. So if I was wrong here and the market moved up here and found support on number 3 here, tested support, sat on there, then we can go long from that point. Hong Kong, as you know, I'm not clear on the count, so we just need to use some tactics here. So I was thinking that the 5 waves up here can be seen as wave 1. The 61.8% retracement level is back down here around the 27,600. So we could look at this as an A wave here, a B wave up here, and then a C wave coming down through here further with wave 1 here, wave 2 here, and then progressing through here. It's really only if that we take this low out here that we'll be coming down lower at that point there. So if that's breached here, then we need to be start counting down as 1 and 2 here, and wave 3 coming down, 4 and 5 for the third wave, the fourth and the fifth wave here. So yeah, but on the long side, if the rest of the world's going to go up, and let's just say Hong Kong does go up, then just breaking a trend line or showing some sort of strength back, support back on 28,500 would be good as well. On the downside here, there is support here, so it's just going to stagnate here for a while. But if it breaks through and takes this low out here, well, if we get a double bottom here, it's going to, it's going to have a little bounce, and then it's going to move down through here. So it certainly looks like the case that this market can move lower from this point here. Do we have any labeling? We do. So we could look at this as wave one here, but I'm not that sure just yet, because this move here as can be an A and a B and a C wave here. So we could have a low in here and we could just move straight up from that point. So I won't just label that yet, but it's possible to have it as 1 here and back for 2 here, then down for 1 and back for 2, and coming in for 3, 4 and 5 here for further downside. So still not quite sure about this one here, but there is that, once that low's taken out, then it's got bearish connotations to it, and we'll see it come further down at that point. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in and enjoy the weekend. Cheers.